Today is part 2 of the Fazayat Midlands. Get into the darkroom. My negatives are here and they are lovely. Very happy with how these negatives came out, and I'm pretty excited to see how the prints come out as well. I'm going to focus on the Pentax 6x7 negatives, as everything in my darkroom right now is already set up for 11x14 prints. The negatives from the Nikon FE look spectacular. They are sharp, they are beautiful, love the density, love the variation of contrast. But I'm not going to be focusing on these for any images to print in the darkroom. I just wanted to take that roll of film, shoot it, and see how it came out. Of course, it came out spectacular because the camera and the lens just came back from full service. And again, have to thank Camera Revival for all of that. Just always fantastic work. I've made my choices for the negatives that I would like to print in the darkroom. I've decided on 2 of them today. Both landscapes, both the seascapes, looking west from slightly different angles. There is this lovely road that runs right along the beach that works as a really nice leading line and also sort of a centering line depending on where it is in the composition. So I want to play with that to be able to move the eye through the image and also use the other parts of the landscape to create this sort of circular or triangular motion through the image. My first negative into the enlarger. The focus is set, and I'm going to be starting with a 2 grade contrast filter. The 1.5 I've enjoyed. If you watch other videos, always 1.5, 1.5. But the environment's changed a bit with the season, and I think I'm going to start having to go up half steps in order to get the kind of end result that I want. So starting with the 2 and do some test prints, of course, and see where I land with that. I would say the test print came out pretty well. Not bad for a first shot. About 4 seconds. I like how the tones are varied through the image. So I think I'm going to stick with the 2 grade filter and go for my first 11x14 print. I think I know where I'm going. Just in case I get any hair or lint during the development, or sorry, not the development, the exposure on the paper. I just want to make sure I don't have any hairs. There we go. I'm at 6 seconds. I might need a couple more seconds. What I have is not going to, it's not going to be what I want. I am very underexposed in this lower right-hand corner and also across this top distant part, and I'm losing the horizon line of the sea and the sky over here. And although the blacks look okay, I know that when I turn on a normal light, this black will not be as black as I would like. Oh, second attempt. We're going 8 seconds. Let's see if we can nail it this time. There it is. I can already see the blacks building quickly. Looking quite nice so far. Looking better across the image. The difference between the two is obvious. But I'm just wondering whether or not I'm getting what I want in there. And I'm tempted to think that maybe if I go to a 2.5 grade filter, I might get more, I don't know, just more separation and distinction inside these grayer areas, and maybe be able to do something with the image. All right, so swap out the 2 with the 2.5. And 9 seconds. I was so happy with the 2.5 grade filter at 9 seconds, I decided to make another one. So I got 2 of those, one for me and one for you. I don't know, we'll see how that works out. So on to the next one, a very similar landscape photo. It's a different location, slightly more west, but the view is again looking down the coast, and I'm guessing 2.5 grade filter, and I'm going to start at 9 seconds. That normally doesn't work out, but maybe this negative would work out just as well as the other one. Well, that wraps up the part 2 in the Fazayat Midlands. Really enjoyed that session in the darkroom. I have to say I have learned a little bit more, and that is always a positive. I think that making the move to a 2.5 grade filter on these images was the right choice. And I kind of have to question myself on whether or not I was not making the best choice in previous darkroom sessions. Even though I was happy with the images that I was able to produce, there is this part of me now wondering if I might have been missing an element that could have elevated the impact of the previous prints I've done. I don't think I'm going to go back and reprint those, but it is something to think about as you want to move forward and try to extract the best you can out of the negatives that you have. You work hard for them, you might as well try and get the best out of them. But with that being said, let's look at the prints that I have been able to do in the darkroom. The 2 images that I chose to develop in the darkroom both had one distinct feature that was the focus of the reason why I chose these 2, and that was the road that goes along the beach side, running from the bottom of the image towards the top. So using that line as part of the composition was key. The first image is this one. As you can see, using the road as another element of composition along, of course, with the beach itself. this road draws. And then we have the horizon line and the big rock cliff element here, creating this circular kind of motion through the image. The 2.5 grade filter came in super handy, and it's the only reason why I have this darker and lighter and distinct line coming through. Very happy with the elements down here in this front corner so that the foreground is not really causing distraction. It has nice elements and the cliff area here. So this image, I quite enjoy it. I always say that because, well, I made it, so I might as well be happy with it. Right here is the point where the next image is taken from, and again, looking at lines. From the top of that pyramid rock shape, we have the second image, quite similar to the first, again, using the road and the beach and the coast as the lines moving back towards the far part of the image. We have the horizontal of our horizon, and again, this sort of motion running through the image. Again, the 2.5 grade contrast filter really was able to bring out the depth of tone in the sea while giving this nice lighter tone from where the sun is sort of hitting off in that horizon. Again, the foreground is well developed and distinct, not causing too much distraction, allowing the main part of the image to stay as the point of interest. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, both the exploration in the Fazayat Midlands and some of the darkroom printing. Take care, and I will see you next time.